There are very few games that make me feel like I've been ripped off, and previously it's never happened with Battlefield. I bought the deluxe versions of Battlefield 3, 4, Battlefield Hardline and Battlefield 1 without too much fuss, and in all honesty I was pretty happy with the DLC and additional content that I was given with those games. With Battlefield 5, however, I feel as if things took a sharp turn for the worse, and no, I'm not talking about the fact that they changed the game from what you'd usually expect with a premium or DLC service to more of a live service. What I'm talking about is the pre-order bonuses that DICE provided with their game. Now, there was a bit of confusion when the game first came out with how you could actually start to play it. Buying the base game did not guarantee you the ability to play the game when it first came out. You would have to get hold of different editions of the game in order to play early. Origin Premier would allow players access to the entire Deluxe Edition. The Standard Edition of Origin Access would give players the base game and then some special assignments. The Deluxe Edition would give players the base game, some special assignments, 5 sets of paratrooper outfits, Deluxe Edition special assignments, and 20 weekly items with airlifts. You could also, if you wanted to, go for the full Deluxe Edition, or maybe you just went for the Standard Edition and chose to wait a few weeks before you could play the game. A similar problem has happened with Anthem, I believe, recently. Not a game that I've played or thought about playing, but it's an EA game, so you can see why this has been a problem. They are trying to push that Origin platform that not many people get on with, and in doing so I think they've hurt their games, especially within the first few weeks of them releasing. So there are a few issues here. I've put up on screen the diagram so you can actually see when you could buy the game or what you get with the game. It's very confusing stuff. Why are something as trivial as assignments being hidden behind a paywall in the game? I know it's nice to get something additional with the Deluxe Edition, but assignments, that's really something that should just be pushed to everybody in the game. And if you're looking to get a bit more longevity out of the game as well, which I'm sure they were going to do with Battlefield 5 considering the weak marketing it had and trailer and all that stuff, it would make sense just to have everybody have access to that sort of stuff. The next point I wanted to make is, why on earth is all the information so vague? 5 sets of outfits, 20 items. The fact no information was given in any detail here should have already indicated to me that things were not quite right, and that's what we'll get on to now. Something with this Deluxe Edition just doesn't sit right with me. The fact that many players are complaining about getting ripped off, and with hindsight they wouldn't have got that Deluxe Edition, really will put EA in a bit of a pickle with the next game, because I have a feeling a lot of Battlefield players are going to stop buying the Deluxe Editions and early enlister editions of games. We're not similar to other communities, as in, if something negative happens, we tend to remember it for quite a while. This has been seen time and time again with Battlefield. So anyway, I bought the Deluxe Edition. Battlefield is a game that I love playing and I create content on it, so whatever, it's money well spent at the end of the day from my point of view. I look forward to being able to play the game a little bit early, which was nice, but I'd much prefer it if everyone started playing at the same time. And I also look forward to the little extras I'd receive for purchasing that Deluxe Edition with all the bells and whistles on. That wasn't the case though, and I wasn't just disappointed, but in fact I'm at a point where I personally will not purchase a Deluxe Edition from EA again. Now I must stress that I did actually buy Battlefield 5. I was given codes, and as you know I give away codes fairly often on the channel, and I was given Origin Access as well as part of my deal as being a game changer. We're allowed access to the games that we play, which is a fair enough deal in my opinion. But I did buy this Deluxe Edition, and I do plan on buying the following Battlefield games as well, because I get a lot of enjoyment out of them, and I feel as if I don't pay for something, I can't really review it fairly. So let's just get that straight. I did pay for Battlefield 5, and that is probably one of the main reasons I'm making this video, because I do feel personally ripped off. The airlifts are frankly insulting, and I've been over this on Twitter in the past. We were promised 20 weekly items. That's 1 item a week for 20 weeks. I expected 20 different things, ranging from full weapon skins to outfits, or maybe a fancy hat or cosmetic for one of my soldiers in the much changed company customization system. What I instead received were a few sections of a weapon skin that looked terrible, and the odd set of trousers and a jacket. Not exactly what I paid the money for, in all honesty. This combined with the incredibly frustrating company coin bug that has since been fixed left me in a position where I couldn't enjoy the customization system in the game, but I also wasn't getting anything worthwhile from the Deluxe Edition airlifts. It almost felt like DICE knew this would be the case from the start, and that is why they didn't give more information on the matter in that description I posted earlier. Essentially, for those that didn't buy the Deluxe Edition, or for those that did but have no clue what was in it, here's a summary of the fairly disappointing collection of rubbish DICE stuffed in there. You have 13 gun skin parts, that makes up 2 weapons in total I believe, 2 sidearm skins, a clothing set, and then 2 emblems. The emblems were the first things we received as far as I remember, and many people didn't even realise they were part of these weekly airlifts, which is another issue as well. No one knew when they were receiving these Deluxe Edition items. This set of stuff is incredibly underwhelming for $20. Only one soldier uniform in a game that is trying to bring customization to the next level. Give me a break, that's not even underwhelming, it's just pathetic. Essentially what this has done is confirmed that you should never buy an early enlister edition or deluxe edition from EA unless you are clear in the fact and the knowledge that you might not get everything that you hoped for. The intention is clearly to just take your money and then deliver the bare minimum with content. You've also got the issue that the game doesn't exactly tell you as a player that anything in your armory is from an airlift, as I mentioned earlier. I was sitting there for 2 weeks before I realised that the emblem and the red weapon skins were from the Deluxe Edition, another issue that links into the menu design, but it's still pretty disappointing. To be fair, I do have to mention that alongside the airlifts there are other uniforms that you get access to through the Deluxe Edition, and I think it's about 9 sets in total. This is nice, but the fact of the matter still remains. EA DICE promoted 20 airlifts being brought with that Deluxe Edition, and they really didn't deliver what they promised. In fact, they did the bare minimum that was possible, and that's just pretty scummy in my opinion, and I really hope that they maybe take a look at this and change it for the next game if they plan to do another airlift system, and if these company coins, the ones that you can pay for, the Battlefield coins, come in, and then people start having to buy these airlifts, and maybe all of the items that were supposed to come with Deluxe Edition start appearing in these paid crates, then I think this will get blown up again, and people will really start complaining. Let me know what you think of this whole situation down in the comments. Have you been ripped off by this Deluxe Edition thing? Are you bothered at all? Or do you think DICE were well within their right to maybe just give us 20 items but split them up as they did? I'm interested to see what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.